Yes, my shirt does say that. What's going on, YouTube? My name is Skill37, and in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing Dead Space 3 for the Xbox 360, PS3, and PC. Now, pause. If you have not played Dead Space 1 and 2, stop watching this video and go do yourself a service and go play Dead Space 1 and 2. Because if there's a franchise this generation that can truly claim the title of survival horror meets action, it is Dead Space. Okay, Dead Space does what Resident Evil 5 and 6 should have done. And as a humongous Resident Evil fan, it wasn't even hard for me to say that. I love Resident Evil. I really dug Resident Evil 6. As a game, Resident Evil 6 to me was good. But as a Resident Evil game, which I gotta admit, it really did not deliver as a Resident Evil game. As a game, as a game itself, sure. But as far as Resident Evil franchise is concerned, no. And because it tried too hard, it was just a try-hard experience. It's such a bullshit try-hard game. That's for another video. Dead Space 1 put you in in control of a character named Isaac, an engineer who gets an SOS call from a giant fucking ship called the Ishimura. And when he gets there, he just witnesses and experiences a fucking nightmare of Necromorph. In Dead Space 2, he continues to fight. Okay, uncovering more of what this Necromorph mystery is. And Dead Space 3, him and newcomer Carver, finally, we start getting real answers, and everything is explained in this game. It's wonderful. Like everything, they put you up to they catch you up in the first 2 hours of playing. You understand everything. Then right before we beat the game, like maybe 5 chapters prior to being the game, literally everything about the Necromorph is explained, and you finally understand what this is about. What I love about Dead Space is that its story is so simple and easy to understand. It's retarded. They took a simple story, and it's not complicated at all once it's explained, and they gave you an action horror experience that just mind fucks you. The game is smooth, responsive, looks wonderful, it's action packed, and provides you with a survival horror experience. Okay, I honestly believe that in terms of games being scary, that's up to the player. I don't get scared when I play video games, but when I play Dead Space 3, I must say, every environment I was in, everything I experienced, I was like, damn, yo. Like if I were to put like a 12-year-old in front of with the controller and play this game, they'd probably shit bricks. There were times in the game where I jumped. Like I legitly jumped. Like I did not expect shit that. Remember Resident Evil 2, the liquor popped out the the dual-sided glass, and you jumped? That happened to me several times in Dead Space 3. I like the fact that in Dead Space, it doesn't try hard. It just is. It just gives you the survival horror experience. You bought a survival horror game with action, and that's what you get. You don't get Michael Bay. Like, my boy, Ultimate Chance, Whitey, he calls Call of Duty experience the Michael Bay experience. And, he hiked on Resident Evil 6, and I agree with him because you tried too hard. And I agree, you tried too hard. Don't try to evolve the game to a point where it's no longer what made it pop in the first place. And Dead Space 3 adds a little bit to the franchise, but it's still everything you played in Dead Space 1 and 2. If you love Dead Space 1 and 2 for the fact that you got a survival horror action experience, you're going to love Dead Space 3 because that's exactly what you get. There's no Michael Bay. There's no extra bullshit. Another thing I like about Dead Space is the fact that it continues to make you feel a connection to Isaac. I never felt more sorry for a fucking video game character. He goes through so much more shit. In Dead Space 1, he went through some shit. In Dead Space 2, he goes through some shit. And in Dead Space 3, this dude goes through some shit. Like, I'm like, dude, damn, all these feels. Like, he's a fictional character, doesn't exist, but I feel for you. Isaac, your life sucks. And then they added the co-op concept. And I loved it because they did it properly, finally. It's a co-op experience that rewards you with something more than just co-op. In Resident Evil 5, you had co-op. In Resident Evil 6, you had a co-op. But all you really got was the ability to play with another player. You didn't really get anything more out of that concept. Give me more than just being able to play with another player. Make their presence mean something. And in Dead Space 3, a second player actually changes the game to the point where you get extra missions, and I'll get to that in the review. And you get to learn about this character. But I need to clear up a couple more things. This review's gonna be long as shit, but you know what? Fuck you, and you're gonna hear what I gotta say about this wonderful game. This demo of this game did not do the game justice. It was a horrible demo. 80% of the demo did not actually happen in the game, and the setting was horrible, okay? Because everyone thinks that the entire game takes place in fucking snow. No, probably maybe 5% of the game takes place in snow. You will not, okay, people keep asking me this on Facebook, and they send me personal messages. You will not fight necromorphs with guns. I'm talking about like aiming at you and shit. No, you're gonna see a body get up, charge at you like a necromorph, and old boy, you know, has a gun attached to his arm. It's going off like crazy. So now you gotta worry about necromorph trying to chop you in half and shit, and old boy running at you wants to attack you to the ground and kill you, and his gun's going off like crazy. That shit drove me bananas. I got my ass kicked. I put on normal the first playthrough, and I died about 27 times. Why? Because these fucking necromorphs actually kick your ass. It's wonderful. As far as fighting human beings is concerned, if you follow the Dead Space story, you understand that there's a cult of people that truly believe that the necromorph is the next stage of human evolution. So, of course, in Dead Space 3, we finally get to fight these people. Do not worry. You do not face these people for more than 1 minute at a time. You'll face a couple of them. But you're a walking tank. You're Isaac. You take them out, and that's it. It's not like you're going to go through zone and zone of enemy waves. No, you fight a couple, then you're not going to see any more humans for like another hour or two. This game took me 14 hours to beat. Okay, and in those 14 hours I played, I probably killed about maybe 20 people. That's it. 20, 25 regular human beings, and that's it. There's none of that duck and cover nonsense that was presented in the demo. I never ducked and covered at all. And then when you do see humans, they usually just get attacked by necromorph and die anyway and get back in the feet and charge you Resident Evil style. Throwback style, you know what I'm saying? So you don't have to worry about that. Those human beings in the game are just there for flair and to make you feel like you're not the only person there. They're not actually going to affect the game in any shape, way, or form and take away from the survival horror experience. The workbench concept. Some people are like, well, I just want to play Dead Space 1 and 2 the same way I've been playing Dead Space 1 and 2. Excuse me. I want to play Dead Space 3 the same way I play Dead Space 1 and 2. I don't want to worry about creating weapons. First of all, let me just say this. If you do not want to take 1 or 2 minutes out of your life to create a badass fucking weapon, like me, I have a submachine gun that also doubles as a jackhammer. So when I shoot someone, they freeze, and then they get too close, I can strike the earth, and they freeze and explode. And then I got a fucking sniper rifle that doubles as a flamethrower, and then I got attachments to them and shit. It takes no more than 1 or 2 minutes to create a weapon. But you know what? You know, Visceral understands that. Visceral understands that not all gamers are educated. And for the people who don't want to spend 2 or 3 minutes of their life to create a dream weapon, something other games don't offer, you actually get to create a weapon if you're choosing. You do whatever the fuck you want. You're given the tools and the simplicity necessary to create a fucking amazing weapon. A shotgun with a blade attached to it. A pistol that doubles as a sword. Like, are you serious? Why wouldn't you want to take 1 or 2 minutes to create a weapon? So Visceral understands that they have a couple people that buy the games that have Down syndrome and shit, you know, and they provide you with blueprints. And blueprints are simple. You fucking go about the game, and you find blueprint, and okay, the same way you upgrade your weapons and armor, the same way you upgrade your armor and stasis and kinesis, all that other shit, you simply go to the workbench, you click the blueprint, it makes something for you, you equip it because you're a thief-titty and you can't take 2 seconds out of your life to create a weapon because you're a fucking ignorant faggot. So, you know, Visceral Games understands that, you know, people down syndrome play the games and shit, so they provide you with a little, here you go, we understand you're stupid and you can't create a weapon, and you're going to judge the entire game because we're giving you the option to play the game you want. You see, I like it when developers do that. I don't want to walk around with a fucking buzz cut pistol the entire game. To me, I got born already. I wanted to create something different. I wanted to create an assault rifle that shoots fucking flames of fire and has a little ice when it comes out of it too. Why can't I have that? They give you the tools to do that. If people complain about that, you're fucking stupid. You're retarded, and you should, seriously just reconsider the way you think. So let's talk about the game itself. Story-wise, I love it. It's simple. It's straight to the point. Okay, they explain. I'm explaining it too. There's an alien life form called Necromorph. And same way, B-movie style, they come in space and interact with an alien life form, and then that alien life form gets fucked up, and then from there getting fucked up, they go to the Ishimura, and now they're going to Earth, and it's simple. That's really pretty much it. That's it. They're just an alien life form that when they kill shit, they make more. Very simple storyline. We took us 3 games to get that. That's literally all explained. But I like it because it's simple. It's so simple. It's not confusing as fuck like Resident Evil 6 where you got a clone of Ada. How did that happen? Who the fuck wrote that? Like, the Resident Evil 6 was so lost in its story, it was retarded. I was like, okay, first you got snowmobile mission, all this shit, you know, whatever. The concept of Dead Space is simple. There's an alien life force that's gonna destroy everything and turn everyone to necromorphs. And then there's a fucking cult society of people, a bunch of Scientologists who think that this is the next stage of human evolution. Isaac gets mixed up in this, and now it's up to him, because he's the chosen one, to put an end to all of it. Simple. That's pretty much it. It's a story. But this story's fucking emotional, because there's so much feels. There's so much feels, okay? There's many feels. There's many times in the game where people will die, and Isaac will get emotional as fuck. And his partner Carver, who's black, or he's Spanish, but either way, we're just gonna say he's black, just to say he's black, because it's wonderful when you have a black partner, and he's a fucking asshole. He's just a straight asshole. I love it. You got Isaac, the emotional, salt, pepper, hair white guy, and Carver, the bald black guy, who's a complete dick. He is ready to sacrifice he's ready to sacrifice whatever it takes to get the mission done. Why? Because he has a proper mindset. He has the Michael Bay mindset. He says, fuck you, bitch. You're going to fuck the mission up, so I'm just gonna kill you. Bye. Isaac's like, no! I love this concept. I love it. I fucking love the story. I love the characters. I like when motherfuckers die. Isaac has a temper tantrum, and he goes, no! Oh my god! You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about the controls. As always, because I actually can play with a controller. I played with mouse and keyboard, but I did play with a controller too. Smooth as fuck. Wonderful. No complaints about the controls. Why? Because Visceral Games knows how to make proper controls for a third-person shooter survival horror experience. Sound effects. I fucking love the sound effects, okay? Sound effects are great. They got these new enemies that make like a teeth chatter sound. And I went to there's a part of the game, I went to a barracks, and I started hearing the teeth chatter sound. And I'm like, kind of freaking out and shit. Damn, my hair looks good as fuck. I'm freaking out, and they come at me, and I swear to you, dude, when they come at you, and these sounds these aliens make, and the sound of death and things gushing in the air, I'm like, oh my god, this game is so freakishly disgusting and satisfying at the same time. Enemies, aliens sound fucking awesome. Guns sound intimidating. Turn the bass up in your headphones. I have a fucking jackhammer. When I struck the ground, boom! I'm like, oh shit! You know what I'm saying? I love the sound effects in this game. The ambiance. Every time enemies come at you, you get this 1980s kind of ambiance. It goes, it's like a crazy violin sound. You get freaked out when you play this game. Okay? It has all the proper aspects of a survival horror game. You have situations where you feel like everything around you is just fucking dead. Okay? And granted, you are Isaac and you got stasis and weapons. You can die pretty fucking easily. Granted, you have a amazing weaponry at your disposal, tools and or guns or bullets now they introduced to the series. You still feel hopeless sometimes because you just get surrounded. Like you get fucked up. Like I was like, damn, yo, looking at a partner, we getting fucked up. Another thing, some people talking about why do they have guns or bullets now. Don't worry, because there's a catch to it. Remember, these are necromorphs, they regenerate. Why do you use tools in the first place? To dismember them. Do bullets dismember enemies? No, they don't. So guns like assault rifles will take a lot of bullets to make an enemy go down, and there's a chance to get back up. Why? Because they regenerate. So what I like to do is I like to walk around with a weapon that's based around tools and a weapon that's based around typical artillery. I had an assault rifle. And the only reason it was actually effective because I was able to break limbs off with my bullets because they ignite to acid and or fire, and then from there I'll use a tool to finish the job. So granted, they added bullets to the game. They're not actually as effective as tools. Tools are still your main source of whipping some serious necromorph fucking ass. As far as graphics concerned, I don't know about your PS3, PC, Xbox 360 players. I'll tell you what, this game runs at a consistent, nearly 200 frames per second. Highest settings I played on, and oh my god, this game's smooth as fuck. The frame rate's ridiculous, and the game is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. When you finally go out in space and you got the open world space concept, when you look at that blood on the floor, and it's just what? Now a couple of issues here and there. Sometimes I would kill an enemy and the ragdoll physics would like bug out, and I just watched a body just go ape shit. I'm sitting there like this. Cool. This is the fucking game's glitching on me. So I tried recording. I pressed my record button, and for some fucking reason the body stopped moving. I'm like, oh, thanks a lot, body. And I record again, and all of a sudden it's moving again. Weird. But on PC, because I get to play on the best settings, the game looked wonderful. The lighting is fucking intense. Intense. Play this game on dark. You get scared. You get freaked the fuck out. Enemies have the glowing eyes and they come at you. Woo! Now, I want to talk about the co-op concept. Why I said that playing co-op is is actually different. It's so rewarding playing co-op that you actually you actually want to join other players' games, because this game changed it up a bit. If you play as part of the Carver, you get to experience his story. There are co-op missions, there are side missions that are only accessible when you have a human partner with you. And this makes the player want to join other players' games instead of hosting, therefore making it so that people who are hosting a game easily find a second player, because the second player wants to experience this other storyline. When you have two people in the game, you solve puzzles together. Typically, a puzzle you'll solve on your own becomes a puzzle of one person solving it and your partner trying to keep the waves of enemies off you, which is fucking dope. I love it. When you play the co-op missions, you get rewarded with intense gear, intense blueprints, intense ammunition, 20 to 30 minutes per co-op mission. There's over, I think it's 5 or 6. And each one leads to you discovering more and more about Carver and why he's so fucking raging and mean and shit. And I love it. So there's finally more reward to playing co-op other than the concept of just simply being allowed to play co-op. The game kind of changes. You get to experience something. And I love this concept because I love the approach of offering the person joining another person's game to see a different experience that the host is experiencing. So, like I said, it encourages people to join other players' games, making it so people who host games get players quicker. I love that approach. Good job, Visceral. That shit kicked ass. So, pretty much, I'm just praising the shit out of this game, because you know what? It took me 14 hours to beat this bitch. I played it all co-op. Loved every fucking second. I love the fact that they added the workbench concept. I'm making all types of weapons of mass fucking destruction. And a couple people are like, oh, I don't like the fact that there's a store and you can buy weapons and shit. Let me clarify something for you, you fucking faggots. Since Dead Space 1, day one release, there's always been between $10 to $20 of DLC. Dead Space 2, day one, $10 to $20 in DLC. You're not missing out on anything. I beat Dead Space 3, and by the time I beat it, I had maxed out all my shit. I made every weapon I wanted to make, and I maxed out all my stats. All that shit is buying equipment ahead of time if you just feel like you want to edge in the beginning of the game. You're not missing out on nothing. The DLC is not the kind of DLC where it's like game changing. No, it's you simply buy tools and costumes ahead of time. What the fuck is the problem? These websites, they try to take cheap shots, and they post their fucking article on M4G, and people are like, there's DLC for Dead Space? There's been DLC for fucking Dead Space since Dead Space 1. What are you talking about? So all this whole micromanaging, all these little words they want to use to make the article look good, they can suck a dick and burn in hell, because none of that DLC is actually fucking worth it. I've looked at the DLC. I play with players who have all the DLC, and they said, I shouldn't have bought it. It's just extra costumes. It's just bullshit. Like, there's nothing in the DLC that gave people that joined my game an advantage over me. Why? Because I'm a fucking beast. I know how to create weapons and shit. So, let me talk about New Game Plus, which is fucking amazing. You beat the game, you get New Game Plus. And it's not just any New Game Plus. You have a couple options. Now, option 1, play New Game Plus. Play a harder mode with all your items and just, keep playing harder different modes. New Game Plus 2. Classic. It removes all forms of bullet weapons from the game. Meaning, you must play Dead Space 3 the same way you play Dead Space 1 and 2. You use classic weapons only. That's why it's called classic mode. You will only use tools, such as, chainsaws and shit like that. No weapons with bullets in them. Also, with classic mode, the game's automatically in hard mode. Then there's survival mode, where enemies do not drop shit. Where you must find random loot on the ground, not from enemies, and use that at workbenches to create weapons, buy ammunition, and buy health. So that's pretty much learning how to, be resourceful. Then, of course, there's hardcore mode, which is even harder than last time. Hardcore mode is ridiculous. You can save as many times as you want now. But if you die, and the save kind of deletes itself in a sense. Not deletes itself, but you can't continue. It's just like, lol. You can save all you want, but once you die, straight dead. You can't continue. You're dead. And if you beat Classic, and you beat Survival, and you beat fucking Hardcore mode, and good luck on that, you get some pretty gangster shit. So, you know what? Dead Space 3 kicked major ass. I kicked major ass. The last boss was really fucking easy, which is kind of disappointing. But the ending got his point across, and be sure to watch, like you always should. Always watch for that little extra something after the credits. But I feel Dead Space 3 really brought a lot of fucking flair and finesse to a franchise that actually didn't even need it. I would have been satisfied with just more Dead Space 2, but no, they said fuck it. Let's add more action, let's add more environments, let's add more holy fuck, and let's add more, depression and Satisfy Isaac. Let's add a black guy to it, and let's add a workbench. I fucking love Dead Space 3. 2013 really fucking rocks so far. Seriously, kicking so much fucking ass. 9 out of 10. Thank you for watching this video. Catch you guys next video. Peace.